All right, so the second phase that we're going to do is we're going to try to do like the Army of Women, develop a clearinghouse for studies. Okay? We'll have study registry and information. We're doing this with MICHR. We'll have education materials on research participation. Laura and I, we've been working with, like I said, with this DBSA group, and we'd be using the words like IRB or variables. And they're like, what's an IRB? And what's a variable? Well, actually, in research, you don't even think about that. You say that all the time. So one of the first things we did, and we handed out at the DBSA conference this weekend, was a glossary. What's an IRB? What's a variable? What's a clinical trial anyways? What's randomization? What's a placebo? And people are like, oh, you know, because again, our language isn't their language, and vice versa. We also have been videotaping. We videotaped lots of consumers who had participated in research. One woman last time I was at the DBSA conference got up and, you know, I gave this research talk and people were like, I'm having nothing to do with this, thank you. This woman got up and said, hey, wait a second, from the audience, a consumer. She said, research saved my life. Everyone else had given up on me. I was suicidal. I had no more treatment options. And I went to Hopkins, and they didn't give up on me. I'm here today because I was in a research study. The whole attitude of the audience changed. So what we decided to do, and there's lots of stories like that. We have a person who's on our board who's a consumer who comes every 2 months.
She has 2-month surveys.
2-month surveys. She comes once a year, all the way from Traverse City, to give blood. Why? Because she feels like part of the team. She understands the importance of research. Again, because she feels she gets better care, but not good enough. So she wants to help move the field forward. So we are going to have videotapes of these folks who've had positive experiences with research. And then we're also, the other thing that was really surprising is because clinicians and patients and potential participants view researchers as people who don't care. Like they're just interested in publications or whatever. And sometimes that's what I thought too. So we went to this conference with researchers and videotaped them. We took them in the room one at a time. And some of these are kind of crusty, hard people who kind of scare me a little bit, you know. And I had them sit down in front of a video camera and said, why do you do this? I mean, trust me, you can make a lot more money being a physician outside a medical university where you don't have to work 80-hour weeks, 100-hour week. Why do you do this? Why are you so passionate about this? Some people were in tears telling us their story. A lot of them were consumers themselves. A lot of them had family members. A lot of them had been in other fields like cardiovascular disease and realized the implications, the impact mental health illness had on their care. And I was like, ooh, sorry. I'm like, I thought he was such a jerk before, you know? And all of a sudden he's like there crying, just a totally different person. So that's also what we have to introduce to consumers, is who are these people who are doing this and why? Do you have that feeling about leukemia doctors? No, you don't. You think, oh, they're out there. They're the champions trying to cure leukemia. Why is it so different for mental health? Okay, we're going to have a toll-free hotline to assist in navigating study participation by a consumer. We're going to be running that hotline. And we're actually trying to evaluate, because I'm a scientist, to make sure our intervention works. By that I mean consumers get it, they're happy, they're happier consumers in a way, and we're getting more participation. Okay. Okay, so this first year of the clearinghouse, we'll connect the depression folks and bipolar disorder studies to communities. Then after evaluating it, we will then hopefully bring it out to what's called the National Network of Depression Centers. We at Michigan have instigated a whole network of depression centers that are akin to the cancer centers. We're helping other universities set up their depression centers, and we're also providing the infrastructure with MICHR in supporting this network. Because when you have networks, you have much faster and much better treatment. So as soon as the National Cancer Network was established in the 70s, you had a decrease in mortality and morbidity and decrease in stigma. A lot of you aren't old enough, and even I'm not old enough, but a lot of you who are older than me will shake your head when I say this. It used to be the case that cancer had the same level of stigma that mental health does now, right? People used to say cancer in the closet. You never really said it out loud. And part of what changed, we believe, is this network. Okay? So what we're hoping to do is take this project here that we've developed at Michigan with consumers completely in partnership, and taking this out and educating both consumers and researchers and clinicians about how to do this whole thing better, we hope. I think better because consumers have not been involved with doing this before, so I think it's going to be better for no other reason. Okay. So, what do you do in general if you want to target mental health populations, either for treatment or outreach or study in general? Tailor your message. Speak to, and this is some of the things we've learned across different modalities. Speak to condition or population-specific experiences, featuring images of individuals similar to your intended audience. Compel with purpose whenever possible. Let participants know what impact they have or what benefit they would have from joining your program from a treatment perspective. Researchers could say things like, we're really trying to help. This information will really be beneficial to providing better treatment awareness. As a Ann Arbor focus group said, that might make me more motivated as opposed to here you can make money and oh, this is a treatment on PET for your brain. Who knows what that means? When I read those army of women, I want to know, why does this matter? Why should I go get a breast biopsy if I don't have cancer? Why would that be important? Okay, so that's what we have to do here too. One of the things that I'm actually guilty of that I now feel bad about is I don't always share the results of my research with my participants. I mean, people do this because they want to help. They want to know that they've helped. So the least I can do is send, even if, and I thought, well, because what happens is, this stuff takes 4 years. By the time you recruit, by the time you send it out, it'll take forever. But in reality, they don't care. They gave you a piece of them in a way, and they want to know that it mattered. Okay? Use accessible, respectful language. We all know not to use the word you're a subject or a participant, but you'll hear people say, oh, how many bipolars do you need? Well, would you ever say, how many breast cancers do you need? No. So we in the field have to really be careful, of how we talk about people who are living very, very much with these illnesses. And show your sincere gratitude. The woman who comes from Traverse City, she said, you know what really gets me happy about doing this every year? Is this team just calls me up and says, how you doing? They'll send me a Christmas card, or when they send me my package, they'll just write one sentence. Hope you're doing well. Let us know. And they didn't even want anything from me. They just really care about my well-being. I am part of the Proctor Bipolar team. Okay? It's been very humbling, I have to say, a very humbling experience for me. When establishing partnerships, appreciate the limits of your perspective from both sides. They have said the same thing. They had no idea about the importance of research. None. Like some of the team who joined later after we got the grant said, so the first meeting we had, so can you tell me why we should care about research? What is research? And she's the one who said this weekend, oh, I'm so excited. I can't wait to find out the answers. She's helping us write up some of the research publications from this. I can't wait to know the answer. Defer to insider experts for guidance, feedback, and decision making. Learn about and honor organizational and cultural norms. Establish shared goals, agree upon timelines and division of responsibilities. Everything we do is in a team of one depression person, center person, and one DBSA person. When maintaining partnership, share decision making, balance power in other ways, joint project staffing, learn about, Learn about and honor organizational culture norms, hold regular meetings to check in and make decisions and continually review responsibilities. I sent them this talk to make sure that it was okay before I came.